Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, we are pressing on with project 2. So in this lesson what we're going to do is we're going to learn one possible method for choosing a starting floor level. It might not be the final level, but it's at least somewhere to start our project. Okay, um, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a series of sections through our lot and at the reference planes that were previously created. Okay, um, so you'll learn how to use the section tool, and you'll be able to use that section tool in the future, obviously, whenever you want to create sections. So this is a valuable lesson. Okay, please again, just don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel, so I can keep helping. Okay, I'm going to take our project to level 1, and I'll just let me turn my cursor highlight on. There we go. Okay, so remember we've got these reference planes here. Okay, so there's 8 of them in total. What I'm really interested in is what happens here, okay, in the building envelope. So we're going to run sections through there. Okay, so the process for creating sections. Okay, we go to our ribbon here, we go view and section. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Okay, the other way is because it's a common tool, you'll see that it is in the quick tools as well. Okay, so by default I always go here because it means less buttons for me to press. So I'm just going to click on that. And what we're going to do is just go very quickly, just draw a simple section line off the plan and show you what it does. Okay, so the way to draw it is you're basically just drawing a line. So a left click to start. Okay, and you'll see there as soon as I move my cursor we can start seeing this section annotation appear. Okay, and a left click to finish it and escape to leave it alone. Okay, so it's like drawing a line, but we get a section head here, we get a section tail, and we get this section line which shows us where it is cutting. Right. So, but when we click on the section tool, there's sort of four things I want you to look at, or we need to look at initially. Okay. Number one, these little flip arrows here, if I click on those, I can change the direction of the way the section is looking. So that's really important because sometimes you'll draw a section and it'll be looking the wrong way. So you want to be able to flip it. Right. Um, these blue dashed lines, okay, is how far the section is looking. Okay, so it basically puts a limitation on the camera, both in distance but also in width, that is independent of the annotation lines. And the other one is, just from an annotation perspective, is that we have these little circle rotational things here, and what that means is you can just basically turn these section heads on and off, okay, to suit whatever convention you want to use at the time. Okay, so that's what a section looks like. Alright, so I'm going to select that one, I'm going to delete it, DE for delete. Will it be deleted? Yes, okay. Okay, so back into it. So I'm going to run one, 2, 3, 4 sections to pick up the building envelope, the proposed envelope. Okay, so here we go again. Up to the ribbon, section. It's going to locate that reference plane line, which is what we're after. That's why these reference planes lines were used. Okay, so there's one section. Here's another section. Hey, what's going on there? No, these things happen. Okay, another section line there. Another section line there. And another section line there. So every time you want to draw a section, you've obviously got to click the button. Okay, so I'm not worried too much about how the sections look at the moment, the annotative side of things. I just now know that I have got these sections. Okay. Now, if I want to go and see a section, two ways to do it. If I go into my browser here, you'll see, we'll go into the sections and you'll see sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. So every time one of these sections is created, okay, it populates in the browser. So if you know what section you're after, you can click on here. If you don't know what the section is, okay, you can click on the section itself, okay, and in the properties, it will tell you what its view name is there. So this one's section 4, which would relate back to that one there. There is a quicker way. If you zoom in a little bit and double click on this arrowhead here, so this filled in region, so double click, okay. Sometimes you've got to hold your tongue the right way, okay, and that will take you into the section as well. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways to get there. Okay? But this is the result. So what's happening here is that this section here, okay, so this is section 4, which is this one here. So we've cut through here. Okay, what it's showing here is we've got this earth hatch happening here, okay, which means it's cutting through the land. And this is looking pretty blank up here, which means this is the land in the background. This is the stretch that's happening. Okay, and this may or may not be the limitation. Again, if I go to level 0, click on this section. Okay, so Revit's actually thought about it, and it's actually limited the thing here. So what this means is that when I go into my section, this top line here for this project, that is the end of the property. Okay, so that's as far as we need to look. Okay, there's no other information there. Okay, so what it does is it tells us where the top of the land is. Okay, so this is at this point in time here, this line here is our natural ground level, and that's really going to be really important in our next video. Okay, so just go back to level 0. Let's have a quick look at some of these other sections just to sort of have a look there. So again, have a look at this one here. So now this one here, it looks like it's cut off some of the video there. So if I click on this viewport here and drag that out, there we go. I now know that this is the land. Okay, so again, another little bit of interpretation. If I zoom in, okay, we've got this top line here, which is the end of the property. This bottom line here is our natural ground. So you can see it's quite flat at that point there. So again, that's an important thing for us to consider. Righty ho, that one there. We'll have a look at this one here. So this one's section 2. So go in here, double click. Okay, so section 2, we are seeing the land in the background here. There's our natural ground level. So again, there's a bit of play happening there. And the last one I sort of want to have a look at, I think it's going to be this one here. Okay, so this is at the rear of the property. Okay, and again, we see the natural ground level and the finished ground level at the back, sorry, the natural ground level at the cut versus the natural ground level at the back, we can see it's relatively flat, leading in one direction. But we can see here that it is sloping quite heavily in from left to right. Okay, so we're going to stop the video at that point there because I've hit my 10 minutes. Okay, have a practice with this and, you know, try it with different topo surfaces, etc. Okay, in the next video we're going to start looking at how do we actually determine where to place a concrete slab for our floor level. Okay, but until then, excuse me, we will see you later.